All right, I can see that it looks like we have about 5 people on. This is my first Facebook Live in a while, so trying to figure out how to see y'all's comments. Has anybody made any comments so I can see who's here? Tracy, I'm so glad you're on here. Hi, Penny. We're just going to wait a few minutes and let some other people come in. Hey, Corey. My kid thought I was talking to her. She's in her bedroom. She's like, what? She knows I'm doing a live. Our household is crazy. And Gunner will probably jump in. Come here, Gunner. Let's get this over with. Come here. Gunner. Gunner. Come here. Say hi. Say hi. Come on, big baby.
I'm tired.
Hi, Faith. Hi, Denise. Hi, Selena.
Get out.
I know, he wants to eat the pine cones. We miss you too. Oh, yeah, Tracy Gunner. He is so sweet. That dog is so spoiled. So my little baby. And thanks to Corey, who's on here, that's how I ended up with Gunner. That's a long story, but yeah. Come on, Bubby.
He's trying to eat that.
Yeah, he's going in there to eat the cat food.
Hey. Your Honor. Get out of the cat. Thank you.
All right, just a couple more minutes. Hey, Ashley. Nice to see you on here. Hope you're doing good.
Go say hi.
No, he already did. Said hi.
No, I shouldn't do it.
Is everybody ready for Christmas? We're still working on it. Honestly, I haven't bought one gift. That's pretty sad. I guess I better light my fire. All right, so hey, Tammy. So it's 1 o'clock right now. I'm going to go ahead and start, first of all, by saying thank you all for coming here today and spending a little time with me and learning how to do these pinecone intentions or wishing pine cones. They're called, different names. Denise, you're not ready either. Girl, me either. Maybe you and I need to talk. Anyhow, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about Jupiter and Saturn and what's going on right now and how that may or may not tie into the Star of Bethlehem. Just kind of a brief little blurb on that. But Jupiter and Saturn will be the closest as they appear almost as one bright star, and that's tomorrow on the 21st, which is the winter solstice. It hasn't been conjunct like that in over 800 years, and it's pretty amazing because, there's speculation that, in the Bible where Matthew talks about the Star of Bethlehem and the three kings going to see the baby Jesus, they feel like this may have been a conjunct. However, at that time, it was not Saturn and Jupiter. It would have been Saturn and I believe Venus. So yeah, it's pretty amazing that these celestial bodies are actually, let me get my notes right here. I don't want to tell you wrong. It's like, gosh, how close are they? Like 0.1 degree or something crazy like that. And, we're not going to see it again for another 800 years. Well, we aren't going to see it, but our ancestors will. So there's a lot of significance in that because those heavenly bodies create such an energy it's just going to help our intentions. So the reason why we're using a pine cone is because with the winter solstice, we're actually not honoring. I mean, some people might say honoring, but we're thanking nature. We're being thankful for what Mother Earth has provided to us and whatnot. And the winter solstice on the 21st, most specifically, is the beckoning of the new year. And that whole new year predates our traditional new year where we celebrate by drinking and making promises that I never keep. One is I want to lose a ton of weight, and next thing you know I'm scarfing down a huge meal or whatever. But it's it's kind of just been distorted in that sense, and it's a grand event and there's usually a lot of alcohol or whatever, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that by any means, definitely in moderation, but predating, going back to the winter solstice, it was celebrated with fire and lights and luminaries and a Yule log. And the significance of the fire being a part of the celebration was it was thought that the sun could see it and it would beckon to the sun saying, hey, we need you to be out a little longer because we're hunters and gatherers and we need that daylight. Of course our bodies need the vitamins from the sun as well, but it also was a time for planting seeds. So the winter solstice, the 21st of December, is actually the shortest day. We have longer night period during that day, but it beckons not only the beginning of winter, but it also starts the cycle of when we can see the sun staying out longer and our days get longer. And, that's vital to us as human beings because we want to plant our seeds and grow our gardens and whatnot. So if you think about planting seeds, that's kind of what we're doing with our intentions. We are planting seeds of intention, and we're using the energy of this magnificent celestial happening that's going on with Saturn and Jupiter right now. But it goes deeper than that. We're going to really intend in our head as we think about what it is that we want to bring into this new year for ourselves. We're going to be working from a space of love, our heart chakra, and we're going to be writing down our intentions. So there's a lot of power and energy in first even having the thought of the intention that we want to set, but then writing it down as well. So we are actually creating what it is that we want in a different dimension or an alternative reality. And we are just trying to match our vibration to bring it into this reality for us. And we're going to use the pine cone to help us with that. Some of you might be, hey, Forrest, how are you? Loves, cuz. So some of you might say, well, what's the significance of the pine cone other than it comes from nature? Well, the significance of the pine cone is the fact that it has been associated for centuries with our pineal gland or the third eye and enlightenment. And I know in Sicilian folklore, can't talk, pine cones, decorated pine cones, were thought to be one of the best gifts ever to give to somebody because they represented good luck, health, and wealth. So, who'd have thought it? You see these out in the yard and I'm tossing them over to my neighbor's fence. Kidding. Okay, maybe once I did that. But yeah, so, and they're just beautiful, magnificent specimens from nature and such a beautiful reminder of, just how magnificent our planet is. And I don't know. I'm going to quit going on. But anyhow, so what you're going to need is your pine cone. And if you haven't already gathered these, there's still plenty of time because you don't have to do anything with these until tomorrow. But what we're going to do is you would gather your pine cones and you make sure that they're nice and dry. Um, I have one here. I actually found 4 of them, but one was so prickly with the little thorns on it, I can hardly hold it. But you want to make sure it has these nice openings in here, and those are going to be significant here in a little bit. But I don't know if you can see these little pokey things. And they're like thorns. So what I did was I just took a knife, I carefully took a knife, and just scraped against them and did it over the sink, and they came off. So now I can hold it. And what you can do is you can use glitter glue, you can use Elmer's glue, you can use whatever you want to decorate these. Hi, Rhonda. Um, you could get very creative here. You can definitely be mindful of what you're using because we are going to burn these. And of course, we want to be good to our environment. So if you use glitter or something like that, just be aware. But you can also incorporate herbs and, other things. So as an example, what I did with mine, because I'm the glitter queen. Ask Joey, he doesn't necessarily like it too much, but I took just like this awesome glitter glue that Elmer's makes, and I love purple and I love glitter, so this was a no-brainer for me. And I just put it, on the different tips of the pine cone. And then the glitter wasn't enough for me, so I did use some of this fine, super fine glitter in blue and white. So whatever colors speak to your heart or resonate with you, makes you feel happy, you can go ahead and use those. So the other thing that I incorporated, because I love working with herbs and the significance of specific herbs, I used these little rosebuds. And these are actually dried food grade rosebuds that I use for making tea or natural beauty products. And kind of, so where's my camera? Right there. You can kind of see them. They're kind of cute. So I just kind of crumbled some up to get not so much the bud part, but the little fine petals. And I glued them on in different places on my pine cone. And the significance for me with roses is most people associate roses with love. So again, we're working with our heart chakra, working from a space of love, and we're working on ourselves. So we're working in a loving manner for ourselves. It's not selfish. People will think, oh, it's a little selfish. It's not, because you're setting your intentions to be the best you that you can be, to be the best person you can be for others. So yeah, so that's how I have my little rose petals on there. And then another herb that I used is rosemary. I really resonate to rosemary. I love the way it smells, but rosemary is connected to focus and retention. So, I really want to have clear focus when I'm intending what I want into this pine cone. So I thought rosemary would be the perfect herb to go along with the roses. So I just broke little sprigs off and just kind of tucked them in different areas of the pine cone. And it's going to smell really, really nice when it's burning as well. So not that hard, just decorate your pine cone, do what speaks to you. And as you're letting it sit and dry, if you've used any kind of glue, then what you can do is, I used packing paper because we have a lot of it. But you can use a brown paper sack, you can use lined school paper, you can use printer paper, whatever paper you have available, and just cut them into strips. This is probably about 3.5 inches by maybe an inch, and you can tell I don't cut straight. It doesn't really matter. So you want to have a good bit of these, make as many as you want, because the more of these you have, the more intentions you can put into your pine cone. And the other thing is, I really like pink ink and I like purple ink. So I have a little Bic pen here that is pink ink. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your little pieces of paper and you're going to start writing your intentions on there, and be mindful of what you're thinking. You know, you really want to really be creative here. You know, now's your chance to really let it all out. So, for instance, you know, I might most definitely be wishing for health this year. So I'm going to write my intention. Hi, Chantel. Nice to see you on here. So yeah, I'm going to write my intention for health and wellness. Y'all might see this backwards. I don't know. So I have it on there. I don't know if you can see it with my pink ink, but that's pretty much what you're going to do. And you can write as much as you want on each one of these. And then what you're going to do is you're going to roll them into a little scroll. And let me set it on my table here. All right. So now it's scrolled up into this, oops, shot it across the table, into a little scroll. And then you take that and then you tuck it into your pine cone, like so. And what you want to do is you want to have, like I said, as many wishes and intentions stuffed into this pine cone as you can fit. And then tomorrow, whenever you want, you'll do this on your own. You're going to burn this pine cone. You can burn it in your fireplace. You can burn it outside in a fire pit. You know, whatever works for you, and however you want your ritual or this celebration to be. Um, but before you do, it's really best to hold your pine cone and really feel it in your heart center. All of the intentions that you thoughtfully put down on paper to place into your wishing pine cone. You want to hold a space of love for yourself, and you want to try to bring that feeling into your heart center that you have already received every wish. And by doing so, we raise our vibration to match that which we're asking for. And then you burn the pine cone, and that symbolizes stepping out in pure faith, that you're sending it out into the universe, to God, universal life force, whatever your verbiage is, but you're stepping out in full faith that you are going to receive each and every intention that you placed into this cone in divine timing. And by also burning it, you tell yourself, as a reminder, because you're stepping out in faith, you're not going to go back and revisit these thoughts in your head. Like, oh my gosh, I really need money, or oh my gosh, I really need to take care of this health situation. Um, it's really stepping out into faith that you're going to receive it. You're going to feel as if you already did. Some people will cry, about like me right now. So I get really, really emotional about these because you're really setting your intent. You're asking for your heart's desire, and you're stepping out in faith to receive it. And you know what? Aren't these cool? They look so cool. So however you all do this, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed my somewhat tutorial, and just have fun with these. And if you want to send me pictures of yours, oh my gosh, I would just love that so much. Lost my slipper. I would love to see your pine cones. Um, you know, don't feel like you need to share your intentions, because you really don't. Some things, you know, are more special when they're held private. So, really think about that, be intentional, love yourself while you're doing this, and enjoy. I hope y'all have a blessed winter solstice. Thank y'all for joining me.